Happy Memorial Day weekend. I just wanted to, again, introduce you to some great young adult lit. Chris Crow is an English professor at Brigham Young University, and I met him when I attended the LSU Young Adult Symposium. I was invited to be a professor in residence, and he's amazing. He generally writes books in pairs. He'll write something about a historical event that's based on facts, and then he'll write something that's fictional as well, and to pair those. And I tell you what, when you really think about it, that's pretty amazing because there are kids that don't like reading fiction or nonfiction, and this gives them an opportunity just to learn about a topic, whether it's fiction or non. He has just written a new book called Death Coming Up the Hill. It's about the Vietnam War era. Um, it is a story about a 17-year-old named Ash who is living in a household where the mother and the father do not get along. And the problem you find out, it's revealed to you, is that the mother got pregnant shortly after or while they were in high school. The father had a football scholarship and ended up not taking it because of the birth of Ash. And so not only is it a war zone over in Vietnam, but it's a war zone in Ash's house. And Ash tells a story, and I don't know if you can see it, but it is in poetry form, which I tell you, for kids that are reluctant readers, it's pretty amazing. I'm going to read a little bit, and I'm going to tell you that Chris Crow does an amazing job because he writes it in haiku. The syllables are 575, 3-line poems, and he uses a syllable for each death, American death that occurred in Vietnam. I was pretty impressed by that. I'm reading from March 1968, week 9. There were 542 losses, American lives. And he says, to Dad, the news was like church, and Walter Cronkite was its pastor. But after last Tuesday's special report, Dad stared at the TV. I'll be a son of a, he said over and over. Surprise and anger rocked him, but Mom looked jubilant, smiling like she'd won a victory. She stood up, winked at me, and went in the kitchen to finish cleaning. Dad sat stung by Cronkite's betrayal of America. I agreed when Cronkite said we should leave Vietnam, not as victors, but as honorable people who lived up to their promise to defend democracy and did the best they could. He was right. It was time for us to end the war. How many had already died? How many more would die if we kept fighting? How much more blood would it take to conquer a Southeast Asian country on the other side of the world? If the war didn't end soon, would my own blood help pay the price of Vietnam? Wow, pretty intense. Again, if you get anything from this course, it's no matter what you teach, read aloud to the kids. I want to tell you that one of my most amazing book dealers of all time was a PE coach at a high school where I taught. And we went round and round because his players were reading in class and not paying attention after they had me as a teacher. And finally, after the first year of earning an A rating at our school, and he earned $1,500 in his check to go fishing, he decided that he was going to be on Team Book Dealer. And he became involved in reading aloud to the kids. And I tell you, there's nothing more powerful than a PE coach that reads with the kids or shows that they are literacy leaders. I hope you have a great Memorial Day, and I will see you soon.